Hey, it's your boy Big Phil from Big Phil Speaks. Coming at you with another live one. I've been getting DMs, emails, inboxes, videos of officers wilding the fuck out. Excuse my English. This is gonna be one of them videos. We going all the way in. Videos of public servants, police officers, those those sworn to protect and serve the neighborhoods and communities that they patrol. Wilding out on us, black and brown, while turning a seeing eye, not a blind eye, a seeing eye, to assault, battery in some cases, disregard for the law from other white folks. You've seen the videos. Whereas you got armed white Caucasian protesters, where you have white protesters putting hands on, basically spitting in the face of police, cussing them the fuck izzle, with extreme toleration, extreme patience. No fear for their lives whatsoever. In some cases, highly outnumbered. And then in another video, since they are enforcing social distancing on the beach with a bunch of white folks that ain't practicing social distancing, passing out masks. Then in contrast, you got officers acting like the Gestapo, acting like overseers, acting like a hit squad, coming into black and brown communities, beating on, violating the rights of our people, our women, our children. When does enough become enough? The writing is on the wall, it's on the ground, it's in the air, trailing from an airplane. The writing is there. When do we as a people have enough? Now, let me preface this by saying I'm not advocating violence against the police. Let me preface this by saying there are some good police out there, just like there are good black folks in every community. Good brown folks in every community. What I'm saying is, when do we have enough as a community? Not just the youngins. Not just the so-called gangsters and thugs of the community. When does Big Mama, Big Uncle, Grandpop, Daddy, Cousin and them, when do we have enough to say, nah, y'all not coming in our community and violating no more? When do we have enough to where as we say, nah, if you got a rightful reason to arrest that young man or that young lady, so be it, but you're going to do it the right way. You're going to do it the lawful way. When do we stop allowing them to come in and terrorize our communities? Hell, when do we stop allowing people in our communities to terrorize our communities? I'll get to that later. Video after video after video. And some of them got the damn nerve to talk about the reason why they doing what they doing is because these youngins or whatever are not practicing social distancing. But yet you got people around either the same age, a little bit older, that don't intervene when it comes to the illegal use of force, the illegal tactics, the criminal acts that the police are using. Do you not know in most states, and I'm not 100% on if all states have this, but most states have a civilian arrest statute on the books, has a law for civilian arrest, citizens arrest, I'm sorry. Do you know what that means? It means that a citizen can place someone else, not just another citizen, but a police officer, a fireman, anybody, the fucking mayor, under arrest if they catch them doing illegal activity, breaking the law. Huh? When you see these officers in your neighborhood wilding out, unnecessarily whooping ass, trying to hurt, maim, and or kill your friends, your family, and people in your community, do something about it. Yes, you need somebody to film it. You need footage because you're going to need to prove why you put this punk on under citizen's arrest, or why you had to defend yourself against the tyranny and illegal tactics of this officer. See, there's a difference between being a vigilante, and I'm not condoning that, and defending what the Constitution says you have a right to defend. And I'd be damned if my son is getting beat on and I'm his father and I'm standing there and I'm allowing it to happen. Y'all gonna have to beat the fuck on me because I'm not gonna have it. Period. Like I said, you need somebody to film. A couple people, because you need different angles. Because they always trying to stay. Police, they're being taught to stand in the way of the footage, to block the scene, as to cover for their fellow officers. And this is where it's fucked up. Y'all so-called good officers, move your, if you can't be man enough to stop what's going on, to speak out, move your punk ass out the way. Don't stand in front of the officers doing this illegal shit to cover their bullshit. But you want us to snitch on our brothers and our sisters in our communities to help your punk ass. But you won't be a stand-up man that you swore to be. You swore to be. And do something about the bad apples in your bunch. They got all y'all stinking. Record, sure. But when these suckers, because I watch videos of them putting their hands on you, pushing you, that's assault. At that point, technically, you have a right to defend yourself. But it takes a little bit more than that. It's the difference between a little bit of pushback and somebody trying to shove you off your feet or swinging on you. But this is this part right here is for our communities. Bring your ass outside. When you see this shit is going on, bring your ass outside. Come out there with your cane. Come out there with a stick. Big Mom and them, come out there with that frying pan. You ain't got to move aggressively towards the police, but you stand out there, stand your ground, let them know, nah, nigga, we see what you doing. Excuse my English. We see what you're doing, and it ain't going to be tolerated no more, because I guarantee you there's more citizens in most neighborhoods than it is police patrolling those areas. If the citizens come out there united, the police will change their whole demeanor. They will understand they're not allowed to come into neighborhoods with that unlawful, illegal foolishness. I'm going to give you a good example. Have you ever seen the show The Wire? They were at the towers. I forget the white officer's name. Was it the white officer or the black officer? No, Presbeluski. I think that's who it was. Punched the young boy in his face. What did the neighbors in that building do? Start throwing toilets, bottles, everything out the window. They weren't necessarily trying to hit the officer because they damn sure could have. But what they made a statement like, nah, y'all not going to be able to do that. Yes, that's a fictional movie. But in this day and age, this real day and age, it applies. Again, I'm not sanctioning, condoning the outright vigilante acts or physical acts towards police. Not doing that. But when it comes to defending yourself, defending your family, your friends, your neighborhood, your community, not theirs, because most of them don't live nowhere near your ass. And that's why they don't care the fuck about you. And that's why they treat you like shit, because they look at you like shit. Billy Bob and them, they go off to where they live at, laughing. After they leave the bar, laughing about how they laid hands on your ass. How they planted drugs on your ass. How they broke your arm. Broke your eye socket. And y'all, as a community, know when they ain't doing right. And y'all allow them to come in and out your community when the fuck they feel like it. Like we really under martial law. And do what the fuck they feel like they want to do. When is enough going to be enough? Shout out to Mysonne. Shout out to Shaun King. Shout out to Willie D. Shout out to DL Hughley. Shout out to the different ones that post this content. Big U. Is a list. Because we can't let this shit die. You hear me? Everybody needs to come out their house. I know the crack era fucked our community over. Made us close our doors, our shutters, didn't want to be involved with shit, didn't want to witness shit, didn't want to know about shit, didn't want to be involved with shit. It's time up for that. It's time up for that. First, we need to heal our communities. We need to deal with each other. We need to get our communities right. We need to stand on one accord. Uproot what don't belong in our communities. And uplift and bar those that don't live in our communities, come in our communities, destroying our communities. Whether it be citizens or those that are so-called sworn to protect us. Because they ain't protecting us. They're taking aggression out on us. They're taking their frustrations out on us. They're shitting on us. And we allowing it. We are straight up and down allowing that shit. When is enough going to be enough, folks? When are we going to say, listen, no, Slim, nah. If you did something wrong, handcuff him. But you ain't going to smack him upside his head. You're not going to You're not going to put them in illegal chokeholds. You're not going to do this and do that. And y'all motherfuckers standing around that y'all call fellow officers, y'all not going to go along with the get along. Or you going to deal with the consequences too. Stand up for your neighborhoods. Stand up for your family. Stand up for your people. Get tired of the bullshit. You hear me? Get tired of the bullshit. Let me say this. Some of them will say, well, he shouldn't have said such and such, but they can say what the fuck they want out their mouth, huh? We men, right? You can say what the hell you want. I should be able to say what the hell I want. As long as I'm not threatening you, putting my hands on you, or none of that other foolishness, then it is what it is. Or, policeman, be a man about it. You want to get some aggression off? Put your gun down. Put your taser down, your baton down. Give it to your what you call it. Step in the street like a man. Knuckle up. Give that man a fair one. Win, lose, or draw. Leave it alone at the end. That's respected. But for you to wait till your fellow officers come over and they want to beat on somebody, or wait till the odds are in your favor to act gangster or to act machismo, that's abuse of power. That's abuse of your badge, and you's a bitch ass knocker. Straight up and down. Excuse my English. I will applaud an officer, and I've known a couple that will give you the fair one. They feel as though, okay, you got a problem on your chest, I got a problem on mine. My day ain't been that good neither. Let's see what it's all about. Put your work in where your mouth at. Some done knock niggas out, and some done got knocked the figgity out. And either way, they lived with it. They dealt with it. Respect. You punk ass officers, get the hell out your cars. Start walking the beat again. Get to know the neighborhood. If you don't give a F about the neighborhood, get your bitch ass out the neighborhood. Turn in your badge and gun and go to Mayberry and become a sheriff or something. Go down somewhere where you're like kind at and that you care about. If you do care about your job and making a difference, get your ass out the car. Walk through the community. Get to know the people. Gain the respect, and they will give you all the respect in the world. But to come in acting like you the man just because, and let's be frank and let's be clear. Besides the racist element of it, you got a lot of punk ass police officers that got picked on in school. That decide they're going to get their get back by getting this badge and this gun. And they start shooting steroids in their arms or in their ass and start balking up and thinking now they Hercules or Hulk. Or their heart is on 1,000. Cowards. Cowards. And for you police officers can sit there and watch a police officer punch on a woman or a child, and you a parent too, man, fuck that. And you a human, you call yourself a human, you the worst kind of bitch ass nigga there is. Cause you know what your power entails. You know what it holds. You know the responsibility that comes with it. And to sit there and just look at or aid in the bullshit, Slim, your grandmother need to smack the dog shit out you. Ain't no honor in that. Ain't no accolades in that. Now I get it. Some people warrant extra activity when it comes to physicalness. I remember in the crack era, we all knew if you was out there on the block and the jump outs, the vice squad come, you ran, you was gonna get thumped on. But and those times are way worse than now. But they weren't trying to kill us. Yeah, they knotted us up a little bit, went to the body, couple to the head, whatever. But these officers now, why? Because you got more redneck, hillbilly, black and brown hating officers that done passed little polygraphs and this, that, and the third to get on the force with agendas. And it ain't just the foot soldiers. It's the higher ups, the white shirts, the lieutenants, the shift commanders, the sergeants, the captains. They condoning this shit. And in some instances, they're propagating this shit. They're giving the green light. What I'm saying to you all is this. My black community, my brown community, and no, this ain't nothing against white folks in general. If you understand what I'm saying, be in agreement. You don't like what I'm saying, two tears in a bucket, fuck it. Our community, we need to stop allowing folks to come in our neighborhood and hurt our people. Back in the days, we used to have the Black Panther Party. That's why they became public enemy #1, because of the power they exerted against the oppression of the police department for doing the exact same shit they doing now. The exact same shit they doing now. Huh? In another era, we had the Deacons of Defense, meant to protect us against the Ku Klux Klan, the racist cops that were coming into people's houses, snatching people up, raping, murdering, killing them, lynching them. You know what I'm saying? We as a community, it's 2020. We already dealing with this coronavirus bullshit. And yeah, some of us don't need to be outside. That's a whole nother story though. But we need to be unified. If somebody does a minor infraction, does it warrant them getting their ass whooped? Does it warrant them getting treated like a dog? Does it warrant them getting shot at? Does it warrant them being tased, kicked? Drugs planted on them? No, it don't. No, it don't. So when you see shit like that, stand up. All my so-called gangbangers, all my so-called thugs, all my so-called G's, BC, GD, BDK, VL, SA, Nathaniel, the list goes on. Whatever you claim yourself to be. How the fuck do you call yourself a man and a gangster when you can inflict all this pain, aggression, misplaced aggression, etc., on your own black and brown brothers, but then sit there and allow the police to beat on, to rob, to kill, to shoot, and other illegal activities, your own set, your own people in your neighborhood. You know the stories. Lil Tim wasn't even banging. Basketball star. Same way Lil Tim could get caught up in innocently in a drive-by. We got those that are supposed to protect and serve because he live in the neighborhood, swear he gang banging and do him dirty. Break his leg. Can't play ball no more. Plant drugs on him. He fucked up. He definitely can't play no ball no more. Thrown in the system. Thrown in the system with other wolves. It's time out for that. Most gangs have a historical foundation of supposedly helping to protect their neighborhoods, which has been perverted throughout the years into something else. I implore you all to get back to that. You got all the heart in the world for your own, but you scared to stand your ground. I'm not talking about to go on no drive-bys. I'm not talking about to go on no missions. I'm not talking about to walk up on no police officer dumping and no stupid shit like that. I'm talking about to stand your ground, protect your family. Y'all so-called protect your hood that ain't even yours for real, but won't protect the community. Won't stand up for the community unless it's your grandmother, your auntie. But what about your neighbor? That's your homie, right? Even if he ain't your homie, that's your neighbor. Probably your grandmother, your auntie's friend. Stand up for the whole community. Then these police officers will back the fuck up and do it the right way. Yeah, it won't stop everybody from getting whooped on, and some, like I said, deserve to get a little tapping and whooping. But it will stop all this extra bullshit, this illegal bullshit that's prevalent because of these. Think about all the years we didn't have these. And like I said, the crack era was way worse than this era. So these punk ass police talk about they scared for their lives because all these high powered rifles and guns and this, that, and the third. Yeah, there's a little bit more powerful guns now, but you ain't had more people shooting at the police and this, that, and the third since the crack era. And shooting up neighborhoods like that since the crack era. Let's be 100. Matter of fact, let's be 1,000. So police using that as an excuse for their aggression, that's a bunch of bullshit. And y'all are a bunch of suckers for that. Again, I'm not against police. I'm not against protecting and serving the community. I'm against police brutality, police negligence, police corruption, illegal activities towards the community from those that are hired to protect and serve us. That's what I'm against. Y'all be like, Big Phil, you reaching, Slim. Who is you to speak out? I'm a concerned black man who has sons. I'm a concerned black man that got brothers. I'm a concerned black man that got cousins. I'm a concerned black man that got aunties, uncles. My grandparents, passed on, but I got extended family that are grandparents. You understand me? And I see what's going on in our community. Yeah, we need to get our shit in order. We need to get our shit in order. But we got to push back what's invading our communities, keeping the dissension going and making it harder to come together. The police should be helping to bring the community together, not destroy it or divide it or oppress it. It's 28 minutes, 56 seconds. I can go on and go on. Hopefully you've listened thus far. And if you haven't, shame on you. But it's time. 2020. Because there's a lot more shit coming down the pipe. Trust and believe that. I'm not going to touch on everything else. Shout out to Hocus 4/5. I'm not going to touch on a lot of other things that brothers like him posting right now. It's for another video. There's a lot more coming down the pipe that we as a people, we as a community, we got to get ready for. And we got to get our shit together. And we got to stop the oppression and stop these motherfuckers from emasculating us. At every end, we got folks, organizations, corporations that are trying to remove the manhood from our communities. We need to stop helping them do it, and we need to stop allowing them to do it. If they're coming in righteously, lawfully, doing their job, so be it. We might not like it, but so be it. It is what it is. It's above board. We can't do nothing about that. But if they're coming in with the fuckery, with the bullshit, taking their aggressions out on our communities, taking their racist thoughts out on our communities and feelings out on our communities, taking their steroid lashing out on our communities, then it's time to say, hold up. No, we not dealing with that. No mas. No more. Not good. Not bueno. Some of y'all ready to get locked up for some dumb shit, but scared to get locked up to stand up for your rights. But you claim you claim Malcolm X is a idol of yours, someone you look up to. Claim Martin Luther King is someone you look up to. I can go down a list. Even though Malcolm X was more nonviolent, he wasn't afraid to get locked up for what he believed. Now, if you believe these people coming into your community doing you dirty, you should not be afraid to get locked up, standing your ground, defending your community. I mean, legally and lawfully. I'm not talking about, like I said, on some dumb shit. But you do have a right to defend yourself from anybody. You do have a right in most states, I don't know if it's in all 50 states, to invoke or effect a citizen's arrest. When y'all see, like there was one officer, they showed planting the drugs on the ground. If there was men around at that time, they could have locked that motherfucker up right there. Now, it would have been an issue with other police around, but guess what? That's where the whole community come out. And then the motherfuckers that would have been aiding and abetting that officer, they'd have been subject to being locked the fuck up too for being an accessory. You want to do some real G shit, some real gangster shit? Men, black men, brown men, stand your ground, stand up in your community. First and foremost, learn the laws, the statutes of your area, of your community. Let me say that before I go. Learn what it is they're supposed to be able to do and can't do. Learn the ordinances, the statutes, the codes, the laws. Because they lie to you every day about why they can search you, why they can do this and do that. Learn your rights. Know your rights. Stand your ground. On that note, this is Big Phil from Big Phil Speaks. This is going on both YouTube and Instagram. Share this if you would. This needs to get heard by everybody in our communities. This needs to be heard. You like what you hear, subscribe to your boy. I ain't even gonna do my little effects. Hit that notification bell. Like the video. If you dislike it, thumb it down. I don't give a figgy. What I'm saying is real. And sometimes the truth cuts you and rub you the wrong way, but it got to wake your ass the figgy up. On that note, until the next time, no, fuck that. I'm going to say my saying. I'm not anti-you, but I'm pro-me with an emphasis on building we. So let that marinate in your melon until the next time we can chop it up and have a tay-to-tay. Until that day, I'll holler.